This is a Fox Business Alert. The letter heard and read round the world is less than 24 hours from being released. Every year, the second this letter is released, and we're talking about the Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholder letter, it is downloaded hundreds of thousands of times by people dying to hear what the man worth $56 billion has to say about investing, about his stock, and about the world as he sees it. And this time, a major twist. His right-hand man, Charlie Munger, Berkshire Hathaway vice chair, will have his own portion of the letter. We know because Warren Buffett told us that exclusively.
We've each written about the past 50 years as well as the next 50 years. And we didn't change a word in terms of what the other guy said. In fact, Charlie hasn't seen mine. He doesn't care what I say. But I've looked at his. But we're not changing anything. And shareholders will get his view, and they'll get my view.
So why wait till tomorrow? You don't have to. We are revealing right now some of what will be in that letter. Robert Miles, author of the Warren Buffett CEO Secrets from the Berkshire Managers, along with Lawrence Cunningham, author of Berkshire and Beyond, joining us right now. Great to have both of you. Lawrence, Berkshire and Beyond, the enduring value of values. Let's talk right off the bat. 50th anniversary. Is this one going to shut down the website? I mean, you've got to imagine a lot of people
hundreds of thousands. It might be millions. And I think it's going to be a very interesting comparison of what Warren says to what Charlie says. I mean, I think they'll end up with the same kind of substantive analysis, but their styles are going to be very, very different. And I think it'll be interesting to look back for 50 years and, you know, how you built this company and then look forward about how you sustain this company.
Yeah, Robert, I have to say that Charlie Munger once said to me, Wall Street hates us because they think we're stupid. Charlie Munger happens to be one of the smartest people on the planet, I'm pretty sure, and people who love these guys or hate them or are jealous of them. Are you more eager to read Charlie's part of the letter than you are to read Warren's?
Oh, yes, because I think it's unique this year because Charlie has never written as part of Warren's letter to shareholders. And Charlie is very candid and forthright, and I think they'll come to the same conclusion. They'll both talk about the culture of Berkshire and how the culture has been built over the past 50 years and how it will be sustained into the next 50 years.
Okay, they're Charlie and Warren. I defy you, Lawrence, to tell the difference between the two. Obviously, let me tell you, Charlie's on the right. They were channeling each other. Let's get to some of what we already know here at Fox Business is going to be in the letter. First off, Berkshire Hathaway has never given out a dividend, even though it has $60 billion on its books. Here's more on the dividend.
Why aren't you paying a dividend? Will you ever pay a dividend when your cash?
Actually, I cover that in the annual report too, and I'm pretty specific about that.
Something tells me the heels are dug in further, always on dividends.
Well, they're not dug in. We'll do whatever's the most logical for shareholders. It's very simple.
And you want them to always vote on something like that?
Well, we had a vote, last year, and by 45 to 1, the shareholders, hundreds of thousands of them, said, don't send us any money. I don't think it's a company in the world whose shareholder base would say that, but it was 45 to 1 was against paying a dividend.
Lawrence, is that the revelation right now? No dividend?
Yeah, I don't think so. I've talked to thousands of shareholders on the book tour, and they all say that same thing, that I'd rather have Warren investing that dollar than me investing that dollar. And Berkshire, so long as it is able to generate a market increase of a dollar in market value for every dollar they retain, they're going to stick with that policy. If
Robert,
they can't do that,
what will he say about the dividend?
I think the most logical thing is to buy back stock. It's the most tax efficient.
Has he done that before?
Yes, he's offered to buy back stock twice, and the last time he did, and he's offered to buy back up to 120% of book value. So if it's 120% of book value or below, he would buy back his stock, and so would the future capital allocators of Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay, let me get to Europe. He wants, and we're revealing this right now, he wants to buy more. He already bought one company, but he wants to buy more in Europe. What kind of companies? Listen.
We're probably going to buy a small business in Europe, but I'd love to buy big ones.
He's got $60 billion, $40 billion of which he would spend.
Yeah, the $500 million they're spending last week on that German motorcycle power, it's a drop in the bucket. But it gives them an opportunity to learn about the international environment, international tax consequences, and they've done that a little bit through the subsidiaries and Iskar, the metalworking manufacturer. But this is a nice step forward, and I think they'll continue to move around the world as Berkshire becomes prominent in Europe and elsewhere.
And finally, guess what? He is going to be way more specific about succession. Listen.
That made some shareholders anxious and nervous. They're always anxious and nervous, but they really want to know the succession plan now, Warren. And I know that you've said that there are the 3 people in an envelope away, but...
it's not in an envelope, but I just joke about that.
It's in your head?
No, no, the directors know. I mean, we talk about it all the time.
But I pick out Greg Abel right off the bat. He's 51. He runs Berkshire Hathaway Energy. He's a Midwestern guy at the moment. When the Buffett faithful get whipped up, they say his name a lot.
Yeah, well, he would be terrific, but...
Okay, Robert, who is it? Is he going to reveal who it is?
I don't think he will. I think it depends when Warren passes on. It's likely somebody in the mid-40s, so if it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now, hopefully, or longer, it's going to be somebody that's not even on the radar.
Okay, we got Greg Abel, who we already talked about, Ajit Jain, who doesn't want to do it. He wants to just run insurance. We know that, right, Larry? And Matt Rose, who doesn't want to do it either.
Ajit joined me on the book tour at Columbia University a couple of weeks ago, and I talked to him. I don't think he will not do it. I mean, if asked, I think he'd step up. Most Berkshire CEOs tend to do what Warren and the board ask them to do.
Will Warren say the name?
Oh, no, I don't think so. That would be a big mistake. These people are running businesses, and they'd be endlessly distracted by us if the name was revealed. So they're better off running the businesses, and when the time comes, as Bob says, we'll know who it is.
It is great to have you both. See, you guys already know in advance what at least some of it is going to say, thanks to Robert Miles, author of The Warren Buffett CEO, Secrets of the Berkshire Managers, and Lawrence Cunningham, author of Berkshire Beyond Buffett, The Enduring Value of Values. By the way, you can watch my entire interview, because there are a lot more secrets revealed, on foxbusiness.com or facebook.com/afterthebell.